Hello, everyone, and welcome to Season 4, Episode 2 of Sportsballin. I'm Dylan Simmons, joined by Jace Standrich and TJ Warner. Let's make like the Philadelphia Eagles and push right ahead into the action. The Titans had a tough trip to Indianapolis on Sunday when they took on the Colts. The Tennessee defense got flattened like a flathead by Zach Moss, who rushed for 156 yards and 2 touchdowns on the day. Tennessee now sits at 2-3 and at the bottom of the AFC South. TJ, was the Titans' offense or defense the bigger problem in this game?
Yeah, in my opinion, it's the defense. You can't give up 193 rushing yards for a team. It's in the NFL. It's not possible.
It's not right.
It's completely inexcusable.
For sure.
The front seven for this Titans defense has to step it up. Yes, the offense only scored 16 points. They looked bad at times. I know Derrick Henry didn't get going. The offense line struggled again.
Yeah.
But Ryan Tannehill threw the ball decently well for what he's been doing. So you can't really be too mad about the offense. Giving up 200 rushing yards as defense is insanely inexcusable in the NFL.
I agree with you, but the defense has been the cornerstone to this team for the past few weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, they've had a top 5 rushing defense coming into this game, and they've now averaged 94 rushing yards per game,
Yes.
which is still really good. It's still top 10.
Right.
But this week really put them on the ground. And if their defense can come back, I think they'll be fine. But this offense really has to come through along with the defense.
Guys, this was worse than Michael Jordan on the Chicago White Sox. I mean, Tennessee was completely outmatched by the Colts in every facet. It's not just the fact that Indy won this game. It's that they did it with the backups taking the lead. So I think the defense deserves a lot of blame for this. They were carved up by Fu Manchu Man, Gardner Minshew, and Zach Moss. I mean, Minshew looked like he was back in Pullman. He was carving up that defense. He was more of a game manager, but he managed the game so well that it didn't matter. Zach Moss, we already talked about, 165 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns on 23 carries. Jonathan Taylor was just coming back, and he didn't even have that much of an impact. And they still just had nothing. King Henry, 13 carries, 43 yards. That's not going to cut it. Ryan Tannehill, he played like expired milk, completely out of date. He had nothing in this game. And to me, this Titans team, as I've said before, last week was a flash in the pan. This week, they became the Titans who we think that they are.
Yeah, I think this Titans team, I know it's really early in the season. They're 2-3, 0-3 away. Let's put that out there as well. But I don't think it's that too early to call. The Titans might finish last in the AFC South, the way the Texans are even looking.
That's a big prediction to make.
So I think Titans could very well finish last in this AFC South.
Right, and this offense, I mean, it keeps looking sluggish. I mean, there's no bright spot to this offense anymore. I mean, in the past few years, it's been King Henry. But, I mean, this year he had 42 yards, I believe, on the ground.
Yeah.
And I mean,
8 was his longest rush of the day, too.
That's unacceptable for the Titans and their brand of football.
That's not going to cut it.
That you can't let Derrick Henry get that little yards.
No, I mean, the offensive line definitely has to block better, in my opinion. I mean, as much as I love Derrick Henry, he can't do it all by himself, but he's also got to find that next gear that he used to have. And, my brother's not going to like this because he's a huge Titans fan. So, Cade, this is for you right here. As Dennis Green once put it, the Titans are who we thought they were. They are not a team that is going to succeed. They're just not an AFC South contender. I think at some point you have to accept it. You're not the team that you once were. And to be honest, I want to see Will Levis get a chance. Maybe have him be a starting quarterback soon, especially if they go like 2-5, 2-6. I'm just saying, maybe give it a shot. We'll see what all happens with it, but I think that needs to be something that is heavily considered. All right, so it's everyone's favorite time of the week now, because things are about to get more ludicrous than not kneeling to win a football game, because we are about to turn it up with TJ Warner.
All right, guys, we're starting it off again. Turn me up, TJ. If this is your first episode ever watching Sportsballin, it's my top 5 plays of the week. So we're going to go ahead and get it started with the number 5 play of the week. First up for number 5 play of the week for Turn Me Up, TJ, we have Christian McCaffrey getting a little pitch out there by Brock Purdy, hurdle, and bust through the end zone for a score as well. Look at this hurdle over 2 defenders.
CMC.
And the ability to
Superman.
keep going downfield and score it too. I mean, that takes some skill right there. He had 4 touchdowns that day as well.
Yeah,
So
athleticism.
Incredible.
turn me up, Christian McCaffrey. That was a great run there.
Nice.
Great run. A lot of fancy points as well.
Oh yeah.
Number four for Turn Me Up, TJ. We have Puka Nacua. Now watch very closely right here how he catches that ball.
Oh,
Tips
my
it up to
gosh.
himself. Matthew Stafford kind of threw a little ahead of him, tips it up to himself, catches the ball, and braces himself for the hit before the Colts get to him.
Man, that guy's a flat-out star.
Oh, my God. What a rookie year he's had.
Yeah.
Turn me up, Puka, for not only that catch, but the whole rookie season so far. I mean, he's on pace to beat Cooper Kupp in that category with that Triple Crown winner.
Yikes.
Incredible. Number 3, the mystery sport we were talking about before the show.
Okay.
We have disc golf.
Oh,
Disc golf.
Disc golf.
Sullivan Tipton with a 256-foot ace.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh. With a little forehand flick, bounces it up.
it's so
Sullivan
straight.
Tipton, like disc golf, full. No one would expect disc golf to be on Turn Me Up TJ.
You know, I think I did that on the campground one time.
But all right, this guy thinks he's it. But no, Sullivan actually did it. So turn me up, Sullivan. Turn me up. Number two, we have Devontae Smith. He actually goes up and makes an insane catch in traffic versus the Commanders. Three guys are on him. In between them all, goes up, somehow comes down with this ball, juggles it for a little bit, but is then for sure ruled a
Talk
catch.
about elevation.
Devontae Smith, insane catch in traffic. 99 on Madden. Turn me up, Devontae Smith. Turn me up.
Nice.
Number 1, we're going to go to Canadian football for this.
CFL.
Canadian football.
CFL.
They do
Trey
weird
Ford.
things up north.
Look, I thought he was going to throw it through the uprights for this.
Where's
He
he
dances
going?
around and then throws a complete dime to Gavin Cobb.
Oh.
And mind you, this was with 6 seconds left, or 8 seconds left in the second quarter. So
Oh my God.
very
start.
timely too. Very
Yeah.
timely too. Dances around and just completely throws an absolute dime to Gavin Cobb. But
Yo.
CFL, I mean, that was good. That was almost good for 3 and 6 at the same time.
That's legit. That
So,
looked like
turn me
Lamar
up, Trey
Jackson.
Ford, and turn me up, Gavin Cobb, for getting open for your quarterback after he's danced around so much.
Man, all right. Well,
But-
electric as always, TJ. When we return, we will have our takes on some of the wildest college football action from this past weekend. That is coming up after the break on Sportsballin.
You can't buy a best friend. You can love them, pet them, care for them, whether they want you to or not. You can take a picture or 50. You can bring them with you wherever you go. You can jump, yell, hide and go seek, play dress up, or not. Go for a walk, or not. You can fly to the moon, travel the world, or just stay in bed. You can't buy a best friend like that. But you can adopt one. 'Cause we're connected. We're connected.
From Iraq and Afghanistan, our brave warriors are coming home, wounded. Some with wounds you can see, some with wounds you can't see. Wounded Warrior Project was created to support our men and women coming off the battlefield. Please help carry these warriors the rest of the way home. Get involved at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Welcome back. You know, college football is like my mom's deep fried chicken tenders. It never disappoints. This past weekend, we saw the Red River rivalry go into turbo drive. Louisville stunned the Fighting Irish, and the USC Trojans almost implode against Arizona. Starting with Red River, TJ, what did you think of Dylan Gabriel and Oklahoma coming up clutch?
Yeah, I think that last possession by Oklahoma to take the lead late in the game against the Longhorns, very, very, very good manipulated drive by Dylan Gabriel going down the field, marching his team all the way down the field to end up with the touchdown too. Most people thought they were going to go for the field goal, but then they got a couple plays that got across the 50-yard line within like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And they had a chance to go to the end zone, and Dylan Gabriel was able to accomplish that and get that done. But I think the big storyline of the game was Texas turnover margin. They had Coon Ewers had 2 interceptions in the first quarter and also a fumble as well.
That's not
Having
good.
3 turnovers yourself, that is not going to win you a game, especially this kind of game, a rivalry game like this.
Absolutely. I mean, both these teams looked pretty solid besides for the turnovers for Ewers. But, I mean, both of these teams we could see them again in Dallas in the Big 12
Big 12
championship.
championship
I mean, I
game.
could easily see a rematch, and I can see it going the other way coming in December. But right now, Oklahoma looked like the better team.
Yeah, I would say this about this game. I felt like that overall Texas gave Oklahoma too many opportunities, especially early on, To me, Texas is a good team, a team that can definitely contend for the playoff and the national championship, but they just didn't execute when it mattered the most. And OU, I mean, especially Dylan Gabriel at the end, having that dog inside, getting down the field, scoring that touchdown, he showed why he is that quarterback. He is the guy who can get Oklahoma back to the level that they were at before. And I think that this was the perfect representation of that. And I agree with Jace. I think that somewhere down the line, they will play in the Big 12 championship game. But if everything boils down correctly, this is a big if, they could both make the CFP. And especially here we got college football, anything's possible.
Yeah.
So,
And I
There's
love
so
it.
many good teams.
I love it
Yeah.
for Dylan Gabriel as well too, because coming from UCF last year
Yeah.
and playing at Oklahoma, did not have the year he wanted to at Oklahoma last year. Lost this game terribly as well. Obviously, the rosters were completely different than what they are now. But for him to come in here and get his revenge against Texas, I love that for Dylan Gabriel and them.
Absolutely. This Oklahoma team proved me wrong because I thought Oklahoma was overrated. I came in and I was like, oh, Texas is going to stomp. Texas is going to dominate. Texas. I was wrong. I was playing out wrong about this
Well, there
Oklahoma
you go.
team.
Well, he's a
And-
Michigan
and
fan, so
I'm a
there you
Michigan
go.
fan, so
Yeah,
you know,
All right,
I know a
moving
lot
on.
about overrating.
Moving on. We're going to go to Notre Dame versus Louisville. TJ, what did you think?
I thought Jack Plummer played really good, actually, compared to Sam Hartman, who played really, really bad. Louisville just has Sam Hartman's card. When he was at Wake Forest, we talked about this earlier. When he's at Wake Forest, he lost to Louisville. When he's at Notre Dame, he also loses to Louisville. But I'll also give it to this too. They played Ohio State, then Duke, and then Louisville. That's not a very good road schedule right
No.
here that they're going on. And they're
No,
going to play
for
USC
sure.
this week as well.
Goodness.
Yep.
So 4 ranked teams in a row. Notre Dame's just kind of run out of gas in this one, in my opinion.
I totally get it, but I don't think this Notre Dame team is a top 10 team and hasn't been all season.
Wow.
I think it was a close game against Ohio State, but this Notre Dame team and Sam, they haven't looked good. And they haven't looked good, but I think Louisville has been
What about that
pretty
Ohio
solid.
State game?
It came down to the wire. They played all right. They played all right. But this is not a top 10. This is not a top 10 team at all.
Wow.
Louisville's got a tough schedule
Wow.
ahead, but I can easily see Louisville making the ACC championship and contending for the
Wow.
CFP.
All I'm going to say about this is that Notre Dame just got embarrassed worse than SpongeBob at the Christmas party. They had nothing in this game. Sam Hartman, for whatever reason, can't play well against Louisville. It's a curse. He's got to fix it. They got to fix it. Last game, guys, USC versus Arizona. TJ.
Yeah, USC looked atrocious in this game. Arizona
Horrible.
outrushed them and had more passing yards than them as well. They just looked like they completely dominated this game. I know the score didn't say that until the end of the game, but I just feel like USC did not really look like a top 10 team at all in this game, and Caleb Williams did not look good either. So
Right. I think Caleb
I think they
Williams.
squeaked it out.
Yeah.
I think Caleb Williams got outplayed by the Arizona's freshman, Noah Fifta. I think Caleb Williams, he has to step up. If he wants to win back-to-back Heismans, he's got to step it up, and this USC team's got to get better.
Yeah, this USC defense, absolutely atrocious. Paper mache would be stronger than this defense right now. They got to figure that out in a hurry. That's all the time that we have for college football for today. But guys, get ready because we're about to heat it up once again. Hot Takes of the Week will be back when we return on Sportsballin.
To pose, now shush. She makes the sound she makes to calm me down.
In the past 50 years, we've made a lot of progress in smoking prevention. But if we don't do more, 1 out of every 13 children alive today will die early from smoking. That's 5.6 million precious lives we can save. Together, we can make the next generation tobacco-free.
Let's heat it up like ramen noodles in the microwave with our hot takes of the week. TJ, the floor is yours.
Yeah, guys, so my hot take of the week is Washington will beat the Oregon Ducks this weekend by double digits.
Double digits.
Let me
Double?
go
my
ahead and tell you the
goodness.
spread's -3 right now. That definitely is going to fluctuate before the game Saturday. But I just don't like this Oregon team. Something about them. All the stats before the game, though, I'll tell you, every stat that you can look up, whether it's total defense, total offense, everything will be pointing in Oregon's favor over Washington besides Michael Penix and Bo Nix. That's the only thing Washington has stat-wise over Oregon. I'll give them that. But something about Michael Penix and this offense just screams Tennessee, Alabama to me last year. It just something about it just screams that nature. And I think at home in Seattle for Washington, I think they're going to get the job done, and they're going to do it very convincingly. I trust Michael Penix. I trust his receivers in Rome and Jalen Polk and Jalen McMillian. I think they're going to do very good and surprise the whole country with how good this offense is. I think the defense will get a couple crucial turnovers for them that will keep them ahead in this game and win by double digits.
Wow.
They just came off a close win at Arizona, so I'm not sure.
Well, we looked. Arizona's, I guess, is a good team because they went into
beat
triple
USC.
overtime with
Yeah,
USC.
they're all right, but double digits is a lot for Washington versus Oregon. I don't know if double digits is the right pick for it, but.
Here's what I'm going to say about this. To me, this comes down to Michael Penix. This could very well be his Heisman moment. He's my Heisman pick right now. He's looked like the best quarterback in the nation, almost 2,000 yards passing. It's going to be a shootout, I think, like you mentioned. I think Washington in the fourth quarter is going to pull away, but by double digits, I mean, it's like Team Rocket said, prepare for trouble and make it double, all right? Because this is double trouble. It's not going to happen, in my opinion, just a little bit too much. But, Jace, let's move on to you. What is your hot take?
My hot take is that the MLB needs to go back to a one-game wild card.
One-game wild card?
To eliminate the bye week for the division winners.
Okay.
Okay, call me a salty Braves fan all you want.
Yeah, you are.
Blah, 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 blah. The 7 of the 8 past wild card series have been sweeps. So why are the best teams in baseball getting a week off in between the biggest games of the year? That's crazy to me. That is so crazy.
Well,
you have a 162-game season, and you have very little breaks. You maybe have 1 day off, two days off here, but you don't have a week off anywhere in the season. Maybe the All-Star break, but the Braves team was so good that their whole team was there. I mean, they were all playing.
What can we say? They're a good team.
We need to go back to the format where the 1 seed will play the one-game wild card winner of the 4 and 5 seed, which would have been the Phillies anyway. So I'm not whatever about that.
Right.
And then the 3 seed needs to play the 2 seed in the division series. We need to get rid of the 6 team in each division. If you can't get it done in the regular season, why should we give you a chance to win the World Series and have an equal opportunity and even an advantage coming into beating the Braves or beating the Dodgers or Astros? I am tired of the 3-team wild card. It needs to go back down to 1 game.
Wow.
To prove it.
I don't know, man. Sometimes you need some rest. I know in baseball you don't really want rest, but for pitchers sometimes it's good to have that rest so your ace can pitch the first game. So
the offense in the first 2 games. The offense in the first 2 games of the NLDS between the Braves and Phillies, the Braves offense looked so sluggish.
They did.
Until the 6th inning of the game 2. So I think they need
I'm gonna keep a brief comment about that. We're gonna move on. Here's what I'm gonna say about this. I got a hot take here. The Miami Hurricanes just committed the biggest choke job of 2023. I've been on Sportsballin for all 4 of its seasons. This is my 23rd episode now. In that time, I have never been as unbelievably frustrated as I am right now. The Miami Hurricanes are my favorite college football team, and all they had to do to win this game was kneel the football. How do you not do that in this situation? And not only that, you then give up 76 yards in half a minute to allow Georgia Tech to score the game-winning touchdown with Haynes King, of all people, getting the touchdown. This was inexcusable, absurd, and downright obscene to let this happen. And this is so much pain amplified onto me because I've been through some painful moments. The Packers losing the NFC Championship to the Seahawks. Giving up that overtime play to Larry Fitzgerald with the Packers. Getting the extra point blocked against Florida State in 2016 as a Miami fan. But I can't take this anymore, man. You see this face right here? This is pain. This is absolute pain, and my heart, I can't take it. I can't take this anymore. Guys, just go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, it's all falls on Mario Cristobal at the end of the day. I mean, why are you calling a run play at that situation?
Right.
I mean, but props to Georgia Tech for ripping the ball out, and then Christian Leary finding an out route there, and Haynes King just throwing an absolute dime so they can win the game to end it. So, I mean, you got to give props to Georgia Tech. They made it happen out of nothing. I mean, my roommate's a Tech fan, and boy,
I'll bet he was happy.
He turned the TV off and turned it back on after they found out he won. So they were completely in awe. But, I mean, Miami, that's just a typical Miami Hurricane thing.
Typical
Absolutely.
Hurricanes.
I mean, Mario Cristobal did come out after the game, and he did own up. He was like, "That is the worst coaching mistake of my career." He
Really?
said that after the game. He
Really?
did. He did.
You don't
and he took
say.
he took ownership of it, but it is such a Miami thing. It's the same way with the Mets just metted. No, the Miami just hurricane. It's the same
Miami
thing.
just Hurricane. I mean,
I don't know if it's the biggest choke job though.
I don't know.
If it's
I don't
the
even wanna
biggest
get
choke
into
job,
it.
I don't know. Did you watch the MTSU game this past
We don't
Wednesday?
wanna talk about
Don't talk
it.
about
38
MTSU.
unanswered points.
All right, let's go to break before you say anything else, and especially before I say anything else. As Pitbull would say, guys, fireballs. When we come back, you better study hard like it's your midterm exam, because we will have our picks of the week. We'll be right back.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzz and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So, yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Sportsballin. It's now time for our picks of the week. First up, we've got Middle Tennessee versus Louisiana Tech tonight at 6 p.m.
Yeah, I think MTSU figures it out tonight. I got Nick Vadiato throwing a bunch of screen passes to Elijah Metcalf,
screen
DJ
passes.
England.
Screen
Chisholm.
passes.
Oh,
We'll
gosh.
throw an occasional vert. Elijah Metcalf will actually catch it, and we'll actually score. Give me MT over Law Tech. I think our defense gets it done too.
It
Gets a couple
wasn't
turnovers.
Metcalf who dropped that pass. That was DJ.
It doesn't matter. They'll catch it this time, whoever
Okay.
it was. They're going to catch
Okay.
it. Our defense will get a couple turnovers this time as well. They're not going to give up so many yards to Law Tech. I don't think their offense is near as good as Jacksonville State's was. MTSU's finally going to get the job done.
I like
Stock
it.
will come off the hot seat a little bit. Not all the way.
Oh,
a little
gosh.
bit this game.
Oh, no.
You guys know
MT.
how I
Careful,
feel.
Jace.
You guys know how
MT.
I feel about MTSU. I'm not going to go too in depth.
Careful.
Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, boy.
I need MTSU to show me something.
All right.
I need them to show me some offense. That's not the second half of the second quarter. They scored 3 touchdowns in the second half of that second quarter.
Yeah.
Nothing before, nothing after.
Hey.
It was
Man.
It was a great first half for
It was a
them, though.
great
Yeah, they had
second
the first
half
half.
of that second quarter. And Jacksonville State just completely dominated the Blue Raiders in that second
Ooh,
half.
okay.
And I just need, I am almost as true blue as they come.
I don't know
go
about
to
it.
all the games. I'm a big fan and supporter.
Yeah.
I wear MTSU gear always. I need the Blue Raiders to show me something this week. Please, Blue Raiders.
Show me
But
something.
Until they prove it, give me the Bulldogs.
He's a
Can't
Blue
do it.
Raider hater
Man,
right now.
Blue Raider
I
hater.
need them to prove me. Prove it to me.
You're a Raider
about
Prove it
hater.
to me.
false
Prove it
blue.
to me. They're 1-5.
Prove it to you.
With the win against Murray State. Come on.
No,
They
nothing
almost
to
beat a
say
ranked
either.
Missouri
Listen,
pretty much.
Listen, all right, here's what's going to happen, all right? Middle Tennessee, they messed up last week. They gave up 38 unanswered points. They turned the ball over
choke job.
4 times. Biggest choke job. Stop laughing over there. This is not funny. This is serious. This is blasphemous, what you are saying right now. You deserve to be canned as a Blue Raider fan for what you're saying.
True
Middle
blue,
Tennessee's
man.
going to
I'm so
figure
true
this
blue.
out. They're going to get the victory. They're going to get the job done. Nick Faudiato will be efficient. The defense is going to create turnovers. Trey Fluellen, Sam Brumfield, they're going to get the job done. Middle will get the victory. That is my final prediction.
Trey Fluellen will be out for the first half of this game because of the targeting
All
call.
right.
He
Oh,
made
yeah,
in the
Raider
second
Traders
half.
coming back. Raider
All right,
Traders
yeah,
coming
I'm
yeah.
just saying.
Point out the negatives.
Blue Raiders, please. That's all I'm asking.
back. Oh,
Okay.
you pick them. Pick them.
I can't. I cannot. I
pick 'em?
physically cannot pick
pick
them.
'em.
It goes against my morals.
Wow,
Oh, boy.
some moral compass you got there. All right, moving on. The Nashville Predators take on the Tampa Bay Lightning tonight. Guys, what do you think?
Yeah, the Preds are going through a complete rebuild right now. So give me Tampa Bay Lightning.
I'm in the same boat. Give me the Lightning all the way. Predators got nothing on them.
Well, it's a new era for Nashville, obviously, because they've got a new GM, Barry Trotz, new head coach. They fired John Hines. So things in theory should be better, but they're rebuilding, guys, and the foundation's got to be fixed. So give me Tampa Bay, as hard as it is to say. Moving on, Nashville SC versus the New England Revolution, Saturday at 7:30.
Yeah, I did some digging for New England Revolution. I don't really like all too much that I see. I'm going to take Nashville SC 1-0 over them.
I think you're onto something, but I'm going to go in the complete opposite direction.
Opposite.
I don't like what I see from Nashville SC for the past few weeks. Give me the Revolution. Give me a 3-1 game. 3-1 game in favor of the
High
Revolution.
scoring.
Man, against everything right now. I'm going to say that Nashville SC gets the job done. They've already locked up their playoff spot. New England's a tough opponent, but I think they're going to get the job done 2-1. Watch out for Haney Mukhtar and that keeper to do some really big damage. Willis will be a big factor for Nashville SC. Give me Nashville SC in this one. And finally, guys, the Tennessee Titans versus the Baltimore Ravens Sunday at 8:30 a.m. in London. What do you guys think?
I think that's going to be an early game for them. But the Ravens, they just completely threw away last week's game against the Steelers. They had it won, and just the complete chaos at the end and let George Pickens have that long touchdown. I don't think they let that happen again. I think they take care of the Titans pretty handily. I think that front seven for the Ravens will
It's scary.
They'll completely dominate the line of scrimmage against the Titans O-line and Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's not going to have a chance to really get out against this front seven, especially look out for Roquan Smith for the Baltimore. I think Lamar Jackson's going to have a complete heyday against the Titans in that defensive backfield as well. So give me the Ravens big.
All I can think about when coming to this matchup is Derrick Henry stiff-arming Eric Weddle in the playoffs a few years back. That's all I can think about. However, this is a different team. This is a different team than they were a few years ago in the playoffs.
True
this
that.
is a different Derrick Henry.
Yes.
They're 0-3 away from Nissan Stadium.
London is not Nashville.
London is
That
not
is not
Nashville.
Nashville. No.
People may think that, but London is not
Not quite,
Nashville.
no.
It is an 8:30 a.m. kickoff.
Yeah.
I can't see the Titans take this one. Lamar Jackson's too much. I'm taking the Ravens.
They're not even giving them the Toy Story treatment. I mean, what are we doing here, guys? All right, so I've talked a lot about the Tennessee Titans, what I think they are, what I think that they've become. I think they're a shell of their former selves, and it's going to cost them in the end. To me, this is going to be all Ravens. They take it. Lamar Jackson is going to show out in a huge way. Look out for that offense to be a huge factor in this one, guys. So let's punt this episode away like the Vanderbilt Commodores. Remember to tune in every week right here on Blue Raider Television for new episodes. For Jace Standrich and TJ Warner, I'm Dylan Simmons saying so long, and remember to always have an electric night.